Dorothy Dandridge was an incredible star. She was a fantastic singer and a brilliant actress. And she would have been 101 on November 9th of this year. I mean, that would have been incredible. It would have been incredible to see what she would have done with her life because she sadly passed away at the age of 42 on September 8th, 1965. It's a tragic story. Her story is a hard one to digest, but she did a lot in her time. And today I just want to give her a quick nod because I don't think enough of us know who she is. I know that I only learned of her story, of her talent, and of her extensive work portfolio that it was just a few years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. And for somebody who thinks of herself as a classic film connoisseur, I think it's very disappointing for me. And if you too find yourself in the same position that I was in 4 years ago, don't be ashamed. I just want to know, is this the first time that you're learning of Dorothy Dandridge? And if it isn't, then yay. Let's talk about this wonderful woman. First, hello, I am Jessica Gibson, the leading lady of Kaleidoscopes and Polka Dots, where I honor Mexican-American heritage through vintage-inspired jewelry. I am all decked out today because Dorothy Dandridge was known for her incredible jewelry, for her amazing, collar necklaces, and this is as amazing of a collar necklace as I have. So the first thing that I want to talk about is something. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, here. Let me share this. So yes, Dorothy Dandridge was known for her stage presence, and she started her career when she was very young. And I'm talking about this because she is often compared to Marilyn Monroe. We'll talk more about that shortly. So she started off performing with her sister, Vivian Dandridge, and they were together known as the Dandridge sisters. Later, they became first they were the Wonder Children, the two of them, and then they became the Dandridge sisters. And this is when they introduced Etta Jones to the group. Throughout their whole history together, they didn't just perform in clubs, but they also performed on films. So they have an extensive portfolio together. It's really, really lovely to see that they were able to shine through given everything that was going on in this time. Remember, she was born in 1922 and she passed away in 1965. So in the early years, she went through the Depression. She went through World War II. She went through a lot, at least what was going on outside of her interpersonal relationships. She overcame a lot, but she also endured a lot. And one of them was that she had a very hard childhood. Her dad was not present, although it is said that he was constantly looking for them. But Dorothy, Ruby, her mom, was set on becoming a star in her own right. This did come to pass, but much later in her life. But while she was in the process of embarking on her own journey, she moved around a lot and she pushed her children into the spotlight. She was a momager. But she and Marilyn Monroe did study together. They did know each other, they were friends, and they do have a few things in common, such as they both died very young. Marilyn Monroe was 36 and Dorothy was 42. And she was 42. I'm clarifying, okay? I'm clarifying. I know. And unfortunately, they had disappointing love lives and as well as hard childhoods. But the comparisons outside of the fact that they both sang and acted, they should stop there. Yeah, their looks were very similar, but they were very different talents and they were of different ethnicities. So to call Dorothy the Black Marilyn Monroe, I think does her a disservice, although I can see it as being something that is being used to highlight her beauty and her talent and a compliment of sorts. I don't think that it gives her enough of a spotlight. And I don't think that it does much good to her. And that's just my personal opinion, but I digress. What do you think? I don't know. Am I making too much of this? But I love Marilyn. I love Marilyn. But I think Dorothy Dandridge would be best suited by just being known as Dorothy Dandridge. And let's leave it at that. Now let's talk about her first role. So of course, everybody who knows Dorothy knows that she had her second or her most well-known role being Carmen Jones, a vixen, oh my gosh. So she stars alongside Harry Belafonte. Harry is a soldier and Carmen, I think, is like a town girl, a town within like the base over Harry Belafonte is stationed at. And he catches her attention and he is hers. She is determined that he will be hers. But Harry is with Cindy Lou. Cindy Lou is this beautiful, wonderful, very angelic creature. And Carmen Jones is exactly the opposite. And, well, given that Dorothy Dandridge's first role was that of a school teacher, a first-year school teacher, Otto Preminger, who was either the director or the producer, did not see Dorothy in the role of Carmen Jones. He didn't think that she had it in her to seduce Harry Belafonte. Can you imagine? I mean, this woman with her vivacious spirit, with her beauty and elegance, could not win over Harry Belafonte. Really? That just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense then. It doesn't make sense now. And she proved it to him. On the day of her screening with the help of Max Factor, on the day of the screening with the help of a Max Factor artist, she came in and totally changed his mind. And so she was Carmen Jones. I love that story. I love that story because it shows her determination and her will to push forward. And at this time in her life, she had gone through a divorce. She had unfortunately had to put her child in the care of her mom or with others. And that really weighed heavy on her heart. But she pushed forward and she threw herself into her career as a way to make ends meet for her family. So the film that I think does not get enough credit and enough of a spotlight, at least as it relates to Dorothy Dandridge, is Bright Road. I adore Bright Road. I love movies that talk about teachers in general, or I don't know, not romantic relationships between teachers and students, but just the dynamic between a teacher who is influential, like what is that called? Freedom Riders. Oh, such an amazing, or Stand and Deliver, another amazing film. Anyway, this one is right up there, except it is surrounding an elementary school teacher instead of a high school. And this film is black and white. It's an all-black cast. Harry Belafonte is also in it, stars alongside Dorothy Dandridge. There is a little bit of singing, and unlike Carmen Jones, there's no dubbing, which was my biggest gripe with Carmen Jones. I watched it. I loved it. I found it distracting that all of Dorothy's singing parts anyway, were dubbed. And because she was a trained singer, it was incredibly unnecessary, incredibly so. And I think that it would have served the film a lot better had they chosen otherwise than to dub it. But anyway, we're talking about Bright Road. Bright Road was so wonderful. The children are heartwarming, engaging, so sweet. They take your breath away with how genuine they are and how lively and mischievous they are. And Dorothy Dandridge is such a sweet, heartfelt teacher. I think it's the teacher that we all idealize of having one day, or of being one day if our dream is to be a teacher. And of this role, she writes, let me see. Okay, so she was profoundly fond of a theme which showed that beneath any color skin, people were simply people. I wanted any Black girl in the audience to look at me performing in this film and be able to say to herself, why, this school teacher could be me. And because it was so thoughtful, like it was a role that was so thoughtfully picked by Dorothy, I think that her performance just shone through. Anyway, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave me a big thumbs up, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and let me know, have you ever heard of Dorothy Dandridge before? Is this your first time? If it is not your first time, share with me, what is your favorite film? I've only watched 2. I will watch more of the films that she has starred in, but let me know which one was your favorite and why. And I will have it on my docket to watch soon. Now, before I go, I also want to remind you that you should sign up to my newsletter so that you are well informed as far as all things live streams and shop updates, because oh my goodness, Black Friday is coming. New pieces are getting pushed out soon, next month, not this month. And those that sign up to my newsletter will be the first to know. All right, guys, I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.